So far, all of the achievements I've covered so far have been no big deal to finish before I move on to the next video, except for the rogue one, Mirror Mirror in the Cave, and you can see my video on that for the reasoning there. But let's move on to Paladin. The gang's all here. Summon 5 different and then 10 different legendary minions with Hero's Welcome. Now there's plenty of legendary minions, so I'm not too worried about duplicates, although that could slow you down a little bit. But let's take a look. So the Hero's Welcome is an 8-cost spell, and it says discover a legendary minion to summon, set its stats to 10/10. Now I see an 8-cost spell, and my first thought is, of course, Ursol. And in particular, the fact that Ursol is 8 and Hero's Welcome is 8, if those are the only 3 8 costs in my deck, well, for one thing, I do have Caricature Taelan to go ahead and target and draw Ursol, but on top of that, Robocaller. Robocaller, when you first draw him, starts at draw an 8, an 8, and an 8. So if you draw him and you play him on the turn that you draw him, you will get exactly all of these. Interestingly enough, it's a kind of a weird situation because you kind of don't want to start with this in your hand, because if he's in your hand at the very beginning of the game, then his numbers will dial randomly twice, and they are very unlikely to land on 888. In that case, I think you would probably just wait for the dial to hit N8 and see what else you might be looking at. But we do still have to get to 8 mana, at least. So I put in the Rogue Tourist so that I could have Metal Detector and O Manager as ways to get coins, and also I went ahead and put Tranquil Treants in so that, yes, this is symmetric, so it helps the opponent as well, but since we are specifically trying to get to 8 or 10 mana, it does advance that clock. And we do have Youthful Brewmasters, so like Ursol, Youthful Brewmaster, and the next turn Ursol again, as long as you do have both of the Hero's Welcomes by then, that would get you probably 6 progress in the game, with the caveat that you could potentially see duplicates in there, since if you're doing the Hero's Welcome off of Ursol, then you don't get to choose which legendary it discovers for you. It'll just pick that on its own. So the rest of this, we're basically just trying to get to this point, right? So we have the Ursols and the Hero's Welcome. I put in a Treasure Hunter Eudora because why not? I mean, we have a few rogue cards in here, so we could get ourselves some treasures. Taelan Fordring to draw Ursol. This is just for the access to the rogue cards, although if this is out, then we could get additional coins, and coins would be more impactful, so there could be some benefit to that. The Caricature Artists to filter us towards Ursol. The Robocaller, which could just get us all 3 of these. Metal Detector for coins. Knickknack Shack for draw. Equality Concentration combo in case things get out of hand. The Brewmasters. We do have both of them in there. We only need one to get as much progress as we can in the game. Petty Theft for some random 1-cost spells that could be useful. O Manager for damaging coins. The Equality combo. Righteous Protector for just a short little speed bump. And Divine Brew, especially if we are thinking about hitting things with a weapon, we might want to have Divine Shield when we do it. So we are fairly light on minions here, but we'll see how it goes.
The light heals all wounds.
I'll throw these two things back. I just don't need this yet. And the Robocaller, like I said in the preview, you really don't want this in your opening hand. You want to draw it once you have at least 3 mana. And this is exactly why we have the Righteous Protector, just a speed bump for their early plays. Get ourselves some mana. Well, if they kill it. Get ourselves a coin at least. Well, I guess we won't be doing the treasure quest. Okay, well, there's nothing left for that to get. But if they pull out my Ursol with a triple Dirty Rat, I'm going to move on to the next game.
This is not what we stood for.
I guess I may as well. Oh, I do have something. Okay. I forgot she was 5.
By petal and thorn.
Shines for me.
And I will spend a single coin to get a dude.
Reporting for duty.
I want to hit one of my Robocallers. Like that. Ask and ye shall receive, I suppose. Now, I do have 2 coins, so I can totally... And they've used up all of the... Well, they've used up 2 hexes. There's certainly ways that they could have more. But hopefully I can get a Youthful Brewmaster before this is dead.
Hatred cannot be contained.
Not a good start. And it was, in fact, literally the next card.
My hand is too full.
Oh! I only got one progress. I think I wasn't too worried about Fryrat coming down because I forgot that was the first battle cry they played since the latest Shutter Block. And I did not think about it being a tripled Fryak. So I was not expecting to die on that turn. I do want to try one more time. I don't think this is a bad deck necessarily. I want to give it another shot.
Arthas versus Uther. Your judgment begins. Glad you could make it, Uther.
This isn't really very useful quite yet, but I like the idea of a Tranquil Treant into the Caricature Artist, so let's see if we can get something maybe more useful. Petty Theft? Okay, that's not the worst thing.
Hail and well met. Prepare yourself.
Reporting for duty.
Don't worry, it looks great!
One person's treasure is our treasure.
Job's done.
Follow the flutter wings!
I want to see what they get here. Seems like a good slam target.
Pillage and plunder.
I guess. That's always pretty nice. And I am okay with my board space, my hand space at the moment.
Act now.
By petal and sword!
Another realm awaits.
Ooh. Okay, so. And then I have space for both of the other things. And I will go ahead and put that out. And poke at that with a... Yeah, okay.
Need a warranty.
Good explorer comes prepared.
Find me in the dream.
The light dims, but we fight.
But I'm out of 8, so I don't want to do that yet.
Don't worry, it looks great.
This is not what we stood for. Job done.
Okay, I won't burn anything.
A recurring dream.
The light dims, but we fight.
My petal and sword.
Don't hang up.
Ah!
Rise and let balance be restored. Drink with me, friend. Rotten to the core. Job done.
Celebrate what is to come.
But there's nothing for it to summon.
Don't hang up.
The victory is
Ah! I only made one progress that game, but it was for a different reason. The opponent conceded. So, I think the deck is okay. I got blown out by a Shutter Block. Fryrack couldn't have seen that coming, but then it performed a lot better in the second game, but the opponent conceded. So, you don't really have control over that one. All right, so hey, if you can think of an improvement, let me know, and have a good one.